Yeah, Tambo de la Tanamazu, almost
Louise.
almost Pevada, Annie, Daddy Talamni, Annie Chitona Chimojini, Anya Tanagazo, Simji de that Kutuchivi, Zandanola, Annie Penny Samala, and some trash delay show use.
So first of all, welcome everyone, those here present and those also online present. Everyone, welcome, and I'm very happy that all of we came here, gathered together to talk about this topic.
Yeah, that in the Tambo Molecaron, Login Shemquachi, Nilogi Titi, and also Simji the Soba Moto Didis Kosolic, Cherochita.
Okay, before we start, I'm just going to present Geshe Gyaltsen and also going to present a little bit about peace of mind, okay? So Geshe Gyaltsen Tsering is one of the Tharampa Geshe from Kham, Tibet, okay, from Chango. He, at the age of 18, so he became a monk in his region until 22 years old. At that moment, he was living in Tibet, but he couldn't study properly, right? Because in that moment, there was not proper studies there. And so because of this reason, he decided to escape to India to engage in the proper monastic education system. And so he came through the Himalayas, walking in the Himalayas until Nepal, and then from Nepal to South India in Drepullo-Seling, in the Drepullo-Seling monastery, where he started in 1988, and which he concluded in 1913. So after 24 years, and so he concluded all his Geshe Harampa education. Okay, and then from 2014, he came to Dharamsala, India, where we live here. And then since then, he's one of the main teachers of Buddhist philosophy in the library. Okay, that's Geshe Gyaltsen Tsering. And Geshe Gyaltsen Tsering, together with his countrymates, and so they really saw the beautiful benefit of having studied this philosophy and this psychology for such a long time. And so they had this beautiful and amazing deep knowledge of Buddhist philosophy and psychology, but they didn't, some of them they couldn't share with others. So, and they saw after he coming here and coming into contact to so many foreigners, so he just noticed, oh my God, we have so many good knowledge and things to help others, but because we just know Tibetan language, and so we cannot be so on benefit. And so why not should we create a group to benefit, to bring this beautiful benefit of Buddhist psychology and philosophy for the well-being of everyone. And so use this knowledge in order to of ways how to achieve the well-being. So that's the reason that they last year decided to start this group, which is named Peace of Mind. And this Peace of Mind was established right in the end of last year, in December, 10th of December of last year. And so it's a group of 15 Geshes. Okay, all of them fully graduated Geshes. Then they are either studying other language like English, Chinese, and Portuguese for now, in order to communicate straightforward with these languages speakers in the future, and then can deliver straightforward this knowledge to everyone. Okay, on the together with this also this group, and so we are all here in a voluntary basis, really delivering this knowledge to everyone, even like through Dharma speeches or just secular speeches, also teaching Tibetan language to everyone, to anyone who wishes, just like Carla and so forth, and also learning other languages, and so they can teach directly in the foreign language. Okay, so this is Peace of Mind, and Peace of Mind mainly works like by request. And so here we have Robert, our friend and student and good friend here now, and he requested this class of shamatha meditation. And for this reason, so today Geshe Gyaltsen start the new course of shamatha meditation for every 2 weekends, every 2 Sundays. So Geshe will teach this topic for now. Okay.
is looking for the specific act.
Yeah. That in a dealing to zoo the carres de gana gung corlea jiache. That gum the layer, Mambo you be nani, zoo the carres de Korung Kazan, Musa, at the Nereva Javanashi Chini, Mazo carres de Gana, Jene gum. Yana jogum, Yana jene gum. Zenata dini chibari, or dig corlea, and nature didich jiayin. Tangazon Zana Sotanga Rimbado, the Taringazu, count of the Jishu, and in the Matsara de Jimagaza, Nimadela, or the Jivana, young Tiripe, Tazivizin, some of the Matsarajena, Yabo, Jishira, Lolo Yon Samari, the Insunza, Tiringazu count of the Jishu, and in the Matsara de Jima, Zanimada, Shia Diligena.
So today we will start with the topic of the 9 stages of calm by the meditation, like the request of Robert, and also to understand, first of all, to understand what means meditation. So we keep talking about meditation, but what means meditation? So what is the essence of this meditation practice? And then we go through this, but we also go present a little bit about motivation and benefits and so forth before really entering into all the 9 stages. But today I'm gonna speak as much as I can, following also your doubts, because if we speak all what we already planned to talk, I mean, it's gonna be too in hurry, and that's not the aim. So slowly I'm gonna teach, and also with the questions, and then what is left over, and so we keep talking the next Sundays.
Yeah. That's two the also gum zene Tondanga mean the Tao Yori. Imbaina gum which you Gubatsu gum Zatanga tell a lojong and Yamlechina Gubatsu Karelamna Tondanga Rosso same the Tembo Yongachita, same the Holo Yongachita, same the Gibo Yong Chetu Mazo Gum Gyaltsen la lojong and Yamlechigori.
So meditation, what means in Tibetan, the word gom. Gom is meditation. But what is meditation? It's getting familiar, to getting habituated in something. So, and why to meditate? Why is it important to get familiarized to something? In order to we have to practice. We have to start the practice of meditation in order to train our mind to get more ease, to be more in a relaxed and stable way. So that's the main reason of meditating. Hello, welcome. You can use the cushion on the top of your feet, okay? Then you
yeah. Dan Durdi Shabai na Matso Carres in a Chuke Lenke and Digidu, Chuke Malenke and Digidu, Zubu the Carres and also Mi Zambo Zedada, Mi Yabo Zedion, Mi Zambo, Mi Yabo. The Mi Zambo, the Mi Yabo Zediola, Carres, the Zubu de Carres Samba Zanda Ning Tony Mi Yada Ning do your son the Cheza, also Samlo de Yabuji go your race. Samlo ji yako yongwala, samlo de kunjirwa chitangu de. Samlo jirwa tangi tablam de, gum de yakshu chi chagyo, yes.
So why to meditate? Because we want to transform, we want to become better, we want to transform, to train our mind, our heart to the right direction. We want to become a better person, right? And so in order to transform this mind to the good or positive or virtuous direction, so that's the benefit of meditation. And so depending on the way of thinking, depending on the nature of our intention, then all the activities that we do become in the positive or negative direction.
Chidang namgini so nambi shungu nano la garsungu re zetiga. Tawas, gomba, cuba sums. Tawas zetiga la carreza, samlo tandan sukri. Samlo tandan de yaguji gugures. Samlo tandan de yaguji yongwala carrez zetiga la ko gomgu toni, samlo tandan de girwa tangi toni, samlo tandan de yaguji yongures. Ta samlo tandan tawa de yaguji yobaina, ani kansa de Joba de Yago Chagres, Joba Ziticana, Luma Yasungo, as a Chava Cheta, Luma Yasungo Chava Chetan, the Yago Chagres, in the Sum.
In general, in Tibetan, in Buddhism, the Buddhist philosophy, we have the triple points, which are
Tawa.
the view, meditation, and conduct. And what means this triple point is, in order to have a good view or a good philosophical view or a good point of view, we have to meditate, we have to familiarize, we have to meditate. And if we, through meditation, we transform our mind to the positive or virtuous state of mind, then our conduct also becomes conducive, becomes virtuous. So these triple points is very important in the basis of Buddhist studies.
Yeah. That didn't done number 2 you get on the Kuzun Tungura. That one the kind of Dinala Carrier is Chidanga Jawa Candy, Chilejubaina, Tambo Kichisho the Carres, Colon the Kichimores, the kind of Samlo down the Bay, Kichimores. Tiu Court Moto Chich, Tambo, Rimbatambo, Colon Candy Chinikiburis, Samlo Candy Tanguris, Tiu Court the Tambo the Chip. And you got the Carres, Tanoso Gums at the Mode Candy Race. There's somebody Gumjam the Pendo Carriers, but that didn't some Kuni.
Okay, so you're seeing the writings, right? You don't, I didn't print, but you listen. And so today what we have planned, at least for the few next days also, well, I plan to talk about this meditation and calm abiding, but mainly in 3 parts. And so I'm going to talk about this in 3 parts. And today, specifically today, I'm going to talk about, first of all, the importance of motivation. Before engaging in any activity, why it's important to have a proper motivation and what means this motivation. First thing. Second thing is to have a brave, I'm going to tell you a little brave introduction about meditation. And the third one, the benefits of this meditation.
Yeah. That in on the Tambo the Carres, the Gala, and the Colon de Kanichi Gugres, and Samachi Gugres. Samachi the Galanazo Colon. So was a Zungit Sures, the Galaya, that on the Namto Dugarit, so Simba Sama Zungit, there is. Colon Samachi Yobaina, Tikanlea, Suzo, Samloda, the Karatamba, and Samlo Yagacho, the Pitabo Yungre. Tambo Colon, the Samachi Mevaina, Namtonda, Mamo Yobaina, and Suzo Joinare, Lega in the Karina Yakumares.
So first of all, we need a very pure motivation before engaging in an activity. And then when we come to the word pure motivation, what means pure motivation? Means some very clear motivation. And what is clear motivation is a motivation without dirtiness in the mind. And what creates this dirtiness in the mind is this discursive, impulsive thoughts, right? Because upon these thoughts that doesn't stop and keep creating scenarios all the time, this is what actually become impure our mind or just dirt our mind. Okay, and so if you have a mind in a very pure state, and so all the actions of the 3 doors that we engage is going to be virtuous.
Yeah. Peshabaina, Penazo, Kambado Yimbaina, Ko Kinyu, the Tindiman, Kambata, Sama Yimbaina, Dina me, Dena, Karimbaina, Kibu, Deudua, Kambata Sama Mevaina, me Dina, Devaina, should a Kiumidua. Tana Shinga Pena, no Cheno Yimbaina, no Cheno, no Jet, Sama Chimbaina, Dina, Chulina, Misui by in a page of Tangungashi. Tanaja Oma Linare, Karalico in the Mi Tona Tonjungure, but the Konoche, the Samaji by Nadinalea, Chuta Oma Carlu Lua in Naya, Sama in Sonda, Misui in a page of Ranguda. Pedan Tenashan also, Colonna, Samlota, Yabuchita, Samaji Yubaina, and the Tigu Kanlea, Yamni Karichi by Nachigum Karicham, Pitako Yabuimur.
Just like, for example, this house. And so if this very house here, this very room is clean, So everyone is nice, is comfortable to stay here, right? Nobody wants to be inside a house that is dirty or messy and so forth. Likewise, if you have a cup, if you have a clean cup, and so we can put anything inside this cup, for example, water and milk and so forth, and we can drink anything that we put in this cup. If it's a dirty cup, even if you put something inside this dirty cup, so nobody will feel like drinking it. Likewise, our mind. So if our mind is based on pure state of motivation, so any activity that is going to be engaged, so the activities is going to be good.
Yeah. Pete Nanshin Tandayang, P. Shamaji Shavana, Penazo, Metoji Mogu Yovena, Metoji Mogu, Natambo, de la Metormosa Sajade, Cotina do no, Ching the Yovan to Samapa, see, Satis, Shishi Yabu, so, and this satisfy Conyumbos in the pile, in the level Devo so. Tinizo that they can Tinticala, Viola Tinicasa Meto, Sabon the Tap Tinichavina, Cometo de Yawaking. What up, Pete Nanshin? Mariso Yimbaina, Suzuka, Samlo, Nalo, Namto, Mandatini Yovaina? Di Kale and Yamlins in and do the gum that into some Sambo the Chuni Yungu. That was some big Gono Nanola, Chikara Siticana, Kunyumbo Namto, so by Yorita, by Yawoji, Shinjabu, so in Aticalia, and this was Yamlin the Karina Yungu, yes.
Just like before we plant a seed, right? Before giving rise to the proper flower, so we have to prepare that vase, right? We have first to prepare the soil, and then we have to take out all of the little stones, and then we have to really prepare a good basis for that flower. Then just after this, then we plant, and then we water, and then we put outside for the sunshine and so forth, and then slowly that flower gives rise, that little seed gives rise to the sprout, and then to the flower. Likewise also, if our mind is very pure, very clean, so all the actions that is going to take in on the top of this pure mind also is going to be fruitful for any activity that we do. That's the reason that we have to meditate, to train our mind to the positive direction.
Yeah. That didn't use the Tambonga to so Golon the Shinjambo Yawoji Yongala, and you also have a Tambo. So I'm going to talk in that one.
And before we start here, in order to set a proper motivation, so we open with this prayer of motivation.
Sanje Judan Zogi Jonum Pazu Pardo Dani Jasus Lagi Jazongi Bezon in Dola Sanji and Revolution Sanji Jonum Jajo Pardo Dani Jasus Lagi Jazongi Bezon in Dola Sanji Judan Zogi Jonum Jajo Pardo Dani Jasus Lagi Jazongi Rola Bezer Sanji and Parasho, Kangi, 2 years on the Dawa Tamja Bombich, Tami Juno Dunza, Gudum Tela, Jalans, Ramjan, Tavi, Karzan Tarbar Dubi, Jimonjo, Jubi, Tangi, Zavai, Sanjay Shinian, language answer, Tony Ninjas of the GB Lam, Chichar Sandra, Kanjan, Chana Bemo, Denzi, Janzola, Zuan, the
¿Cómo vas a subir roles? Todo eso. Todo eso. Alejamos. Vamos. People do vamos.
Oh yeah.
If you can mute your mics, please.
Oh yeah, not good. Oh yeah, no. Okay.
Yeah. That didn't carries the also two the car. Chicken, so and Suzuki Colonda Yago down. And the Nanshin Suzuki Gumiam Chivina, the Soyim Baina, Chianeko Parchet, La Soba Dindici, Gialia, Pendoji Yumbio Sonza, or the only Monum Taya, that so the Nichitri.
This opening prayer that we just did now, it's also not just to set a proper and pure motivation before these teachings, but also to remove any kind of obstacles before listening to the teachings.
Yeah. In the so that Tambo so young only a Namdo said my Chikchuni Tan, Namdo Days in Yoni Tanla, Gum Kadijam, Tambo Mondale, Unjong Daisy, Gum Tavaina, Pemsi Yabu, son the Tananga, Kamakashi in the Yamdo, Unjong Yabuchi, Gum Deachi, so Ripatia, Sambo Dojita, Temboch, Wukan, Sim Tembo Yobakajil, Sim the Sevoch. Mà xem đó mà team đến nhiều nhiều tổ rồi thì chỉ ní xem đó mua bạc ăn là sao để vậy na để trong cái niệm thông cái mấy số ra có cái con là xem đó sẽ bố trí tăng tempo chỉ cái thôi ní cái mà cái gì là nhắm được cái mấy đó.
Okay, and also before we start here also, in order to reduce a little bit of these discursive thoughts, these too fast mind and thoughts, so we are going to do a few minutes of breath meditation, okay? And so now you sit comfortable, wherever you are, and close a little bit your eyes and fix your mind into the breath. Okay, and so you fix the mind, don't let the mind to distract it. It's gonna last just maximum a minute or so forth. And it's gonna, the mind has to be very focused in the breath, and also try to visualize the breath in a very clear way. Okay, don't be distracted and also don't be too tight. Okay, just relax and fix the mind for a couple of minutes in the breath altogether.
No less. The Ujong Guntandia, O Patayata, Sunga Nibode, Tanga Chi down the Tambo, Makum Bimola, Gum Sat Jamia down the Nibana, Rembijin Ni Sun Young Ko Soso Sim Tembo, Mubala Sevo, Kazoch, a nigering of Pena Nigering Tembo de Tanaya Boyore, the Nilsum, the Nishi, the Nichin Ya, Tangamaru, Duaina Yabo. A Kapla, the Capsula de Yabo, Chavaina Yakanima, Pena, Yuki, Nishizachi, Nishu, Chugu, Jogi, the Nichin, Yang Ma Tanga, Mad, Yada, Mad, the Nichina, young Co, similar young Pendo.
When we do this breath meditation, which is the preparation for the actual meditation, so during the breath meditation, what we have to do is to count, first of all, to fix the mind in the breath, okay? And not only focus the mind in the breath, but also count, to engage in counting the breath. Each inhale and exhale. Each pair of inhale and exhale is one number. And so if you can cut 1, inhale, exhale 1, and then inhale, exhale 2. If you can at least until the number 2 without distraction count, is already good. And then you slowly, you increase the number. So each inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3, until progressively and progressively, you can increase this. That is good. Also, another way to do this meditation is, in order to focus the mind, is not only 1, 2, 3 in the increasing way, but opposite, in decreasing way. For example, starting with the number 21. And so 1 inhale and exhale, number 21. And then inhale, exhale, 20. Inhale, exhale, 19, 18, until 0. Okay, this is another way to count the breath, and in order to not be distracted.
Yeah. That didn't go on so much good. That did not go on Gyaltsen over this. That go on Gyaltsen city on la Carla we are sitting to Susu Chipu Kiboyoya, Deboyoya, De Zamgachet the Maima. So down, so go Pama Zurgibi, Chisimja Tamalola, Deva Yonwa, Dungur Mayoma, didn't you chet them than the Gomyamne and Nari, Lega Yanari, Karimba Yanachi, Mamachile, Pento Yomiche, Samotona, Kologia Chimbo, said Chavio.
Can you see the motivation that is not pure motivation, but it's also vast motivation? Okay, and what means vast motivation? Vast motivation before starting this meditation is, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to engage in this action of meditation, not only to my own benefit, but I'm going to engage in meditation in order to achieve benefit for all sentient beings, at least starting by our own parents, and then friends, and then neighbors, and so forth. And then gradually we open more, we think in more and more people, and we dedicate all of these, the benefit achieved by this meditation. So this is what we want to say here in vast motivation before engaging in meditation.
Then the Nalange, pay Korig so dance, Korig is in up in also Jisuzo Desagati, Sacha the Sola Segorwa. That's also Desag Sacha in a ring, Kamba in the Korig the Samaji Kubres. Sama Yobazam could get a reason to Gamari, Korig the Gyachimochi. That's Korig the Samaji, the Korig the Gyachimochi Yobaina, that's also Dinal Dena Giboyore, Mi Mambo de Korig de la Yombaina, Kokiboyorwa. Pete Najinga Susu Samlo de Colonda Samaji Yobaina, that day Susu Pe Simba de Ripatawala Soba Simba Kibo Yorela, and Samlo to Pagia Chets, Go Yans, Dindi Yobaina, Dilijan, Susu Simba, Goyambo Chayata, Simba Kibo Chaya, or Dili Pento Yores.
Just like when you stay in a certain environment. So all of us, we like to be in a clean environment, okay, in a pure, clean environment. And not only a clean and pure environment or place, we like to be in also a vast, wide environment and also place, right? Because then if you have a wide place, you stay in a wide place, vast place, so many people can also come and enjoy together with us that very nice and pure place. Likewise, if we have a not tight motivation, but if we have a pure and vast motivation, anything that we do is not only feel like happy for ourselves, but the happiness that we enjoy out of that action with this motivation is gonna be felt even happier. We feel happier.
Also Shindong do Yimbaina, Koga Sabon the Tukimbaina, Shindong the Dombo, Yarka, Loma, the Metal to Samade, Tukchanova. Da Shindong in Sabon de Ko Me Yimbaina, Da Shindong Dombo, the Yarka Loma, the Metal Sama, the Menchag Yorba. Petenaje, Marzu, Golon de Duachi Chasombaina, and Lungas with Java de Duachandoya. Da Golon de Yabochi Yobana, Lungas with Java de Sambuchanoya, or dear Jaguar.
Another illustration that we usually use for the motivation is just like a tree. If the seed of that tree is poisoned, or is poisoned, so all even the trunk and the branches and the fruits is going to be sort of poisoned fruits. Likewise, if it's a very good and medicinal plant seed, and so all the trunk and the leaves and the branches and so forth, everything is going to be beneficial, beneficial tree. Likewise, and so our our motivation. So if our motivation is pure and vast and good, so all the actions of body, speech, and mind is going to be good. If our motivation is not actually nice, right, is better directed, and so also all the actions of body, speech, and mind is going to be also negative.
Yeah. Diodala carres pamadan gegen so pudan so lomalea lojong teta teleape. Ta nazonamgini pama sambu pu gegen sambu loma tinilagdoa. Ta pama yang richi so pula lojong the karma loso than rolling the tayapo marlop the kala pama ngambi pu. A gegen by the so get to lay lojong yapo mativayana gegen the gift. Chandu goes on the Kojuba the Chata in the Chandu Yoda. Within Sonza, Zawad Pamata Gigil Rally and Ajinda, Azu Lega Kariambaina, to Colonna Rally Yores.
Likewise, also we use as an illustration the relationship between parents and kids, and teachers and disciples and then students. So on the top of a good motivation of the parents, so they educate properly the kids, or if they don't have good motivation, their kids also become spoiled or with not nice behavior. Likewise, if the teacher doesn't have good motivation, also the students is gonna learn not nice things and become with not good behavior. And so everything, the result of the kids and the students actually rely on the motivation of the teachers and parents.
Yeah. Tandur Dishaba in the carres, me shanda Keran, Ni Jewo Chita, Yit Wonwa Chita, me shanda Keran Laya Kusu Cheba Chikoyo Baina, Keranga, Samba Sambo Chikoyo, yes.
And not only that, but also even if you want that people see you as, like as nice, as a nice person, even like beautiful to see, beautiful to look, beautiful to be together, to relate with, nice and pleasant to relate with. And also this also rely on your own motivation before you acting.
Yeah. Jirumboche Dini Tanda Lochana Lacariores, Samba Zanda, Satan Lamian, Samba Nanda, Satan Lamian, Tamcha Samba Tala Ralipi, Namian, Samba Zanda Babar Chas. Dordi Shabaina, Carres, Samba Sambochena, Sosola Yagoyungres, Samba Dica Chebaina, Sosola Yagoyungumari, Kiboyungumaris.
Just like Rinpoche said in the verse, if intentions are good, anywhere one goes and anything one does will be good. If the intentions are not good, are bad, then so anywhere one goes and anything one does also will be bad. Since everything depends on one intention, so always strive to make sure that they are positive. What means that? Anything, if your intentions are positive, so it doesn't matter where you go, everything's going to be good, it's going to be positive. Likewise, if intentions are not good, and so you're not receive any kind of happiness and so forth.
Yeah. Jazang, not so the same by Inaya, to Nin Jiwodan, Sosola Dekin Dokuyore, Ani Karzikana, Sosola Devan Dokuyori, Kibo Dokuyori. That the Kibo that Devos had the Chi of Panger like a Rally, Dembare, Desa, Tanzayata, Koyala Sopa, Pasum Sopayona, Sosola Dekiragres. The Yimba Inaya, so Cheshur the Karare Zitigala, Sosuki, Samlo Tanda, the Yagoji Shebayana. That some of the mantra wajita, manoroji, yagoji, tang tukuyona, that the Latin money, the Dikian Dawaji Ratukuyores.
So that's the reason everyone wishes to be happy, right? Everyone wants to have a certain well-being and to be happy, just like that. That's simple. But because all of us, we want to be happy, so we have to attend to our motivation, the intentions that rely underneath in all the actions. So if we really want to be happy or have this pleasant result, so we have to rely on a good motivation, right? And so if you don't have a pure motivation, so also likewise, the result will not be as pleasant or as happy as we planned to or we wish to.
Yeah. Peli Laochi Shabaina, you know, Peli Laochi Shabaina. Tujitala, Kanido.
For example, Tushita here in Dharamkot. So how can we go there?
Tushita Road.
By Tushita Road. by walking.
Through
which road?
To Sheila Road.
Into Shita Road.
Got it.
Yeah, Menati Palamka.
Oh, yeah. Chesa, Tandanga Sundi, Tuchita, Wall do you get Tuchita Lacando in the Ando Gorelamna? Tata radio. That Tuchita Lacando Gorism, Tinimando Gorelamna? That Langa Norsari. Then he can't get Matoyo Marwa. Chesa, Mando Goriana didn't find away. Yana didn't find over the Lamna. Donda, Langa Norsai in so Tuchita Lea Yoman. Courage, Capsula Kana Lendo. Wow. Chesa, Dini Yando Gore Lamna Tata, Colamba, Manora in Sonza, that Dini Yakoro, Yando Gore, Samba Nation, Gatoni Yandona, Tushita Tata Lemdo, Samlo Manoro said. Chesa also, Samlo Tandandi, Nor Sombaina, that's also a canny mato yungo, Maria, Peting it.
So since Tushita is there, right? It's up in the mountains here, and Dharamsala is up in the hill here. And so since it's there, everyone knew, oh, going to Tushita, you can take either both ways, but both ways upwards to the mountains, right? Nobody says, oh, it's to that direction or down to Lower Dharamsala. No, so everyone knew here that at least which direction should we follow? At least it's to that direction. So if the direction of the action that you're about to take is at least non-mistaken, so at least you have a certain hope to achieve that place. Otherwise, if you look to another direction, and so maybe you're in risk on achieving Lower Dharamsala or even further places, and not even far away from achieving Tushita.
Tanaji Kakalungazo me norni. Bajo the Sozo Moshibajiresam, Delaji Yana Tash Dele Lapano Tanza, Yana Kolea, wait, I dele, Charakandu Lagaji, and the Sozo Moshiba the Mayimba, Bajo the Nordi, and the Kashika. So many down the Galasozo Pengosa would do the Sogoya. Chazangasochi, Tenzin took somebody now, Kangi Yoya that you know that Yoya. Ko Tinditoni Hago do. Then I think so Samlo Tenzin nor Sombaina, then I told Gangi the younger race. This was Perabato.
Just like if we think that, oh, that person I know, and then immediately we go to that person, hey, how are you? And then, hey, how are you? Where are you going? Or how is everything with you? And then the person, but actually we just mistake. It was nobody that we knew. And then we just kick in that person and say, hey, how are you? And then the person look at you, and then because we mistake, it was not the person that we thought that it was, because we mistaken. We even get in risk to that person, just look at us and even, hey, become angry or something like that. So what I'm talking here is if we mistake the direction, if we mistake the way of thinking, so many problems also can come. So that's the reason of really paying attention in the way of thinking, in the motivation and way of thinking before engaging in any activity.
Namanga and lo nish tsasam kalanga jagarlebre. Tan nish savish tsanga ninga tribina be shichimona de kala. Ta tribina on kala ko chura de dinila rogomar ko neba in sonza gombashuni de. There is Tanga Yate, the Tavi Capsula, Timachi, and then Kambi Cholo, Lama Desino. Yayon become the Lapuki, Nazon Kansi Zadi, Kozo Churana Tamjat Sony, Denido. And the Pashu pay Rawa did Rawa Kanpa, chicken did in the part Tadish. Nala Roba on the Tibini Roba Shandacho, Koya did it, she did it. And Korea something. She had in the gold damage.
Good.
Cornish.
She
had in the house. Didn't not matter. Cornish is good. Go the Niro the Tindic Tamin Judin. Korea something, Nakale, Gyaltsen do call it. Wait, Cartayo, large call. Near Gellerish, didn't pass it in the Gellerish, give on the top, and I push you. Not a opportunity for Jen. 전다 가르제가 당원의 자리에 사서 얘기하는 데들 이제는 이날 따위가지고 공단 채나 인송자 경영가 이모도 개요서 말아 데이드가 그냥 소돔도 데데라마서 나는 배타니 제가 nur somebody didn't be
One day, well, I arrived here there's one story that I wish to share with you. When I was 23 years old, so I arrived here in India, right? And so I entered the monastery. After 2 years, more or less, I became sick of TB, tuberculosis. So during this tuberculosis period, and so I couldn't go to the classes and to the debate ground and so forth for a few months. And so me and another friend, another monk, so we are all sort of excluded in the branch, sort of in the rooms of the sick people. And one night, so at the point that there was the debate going on in the monastery, because we couldn't stand. We really wanted to look at the debate, and we really wished to be at least to listen a little bit. And so we slowly walk a little bit from our rooms to closer to the debate ground, and we were just looking to see a little bit, and then my friend told me, "Hey, look!" And there was another old monk nearby, but it was sort of dark. It was late night, and then the monk told me, "Oh, look! It's your teacher. It's your teacher." And then when I said, "Oh my God, it's my teacher," I became so fearful. Like I was, oh my God, I became very fearful because I was doing something like not right, because I was sick, and so I needed to be in the room and resting, and I was just walking randomly here and there, nighttime, and then oh my God, it's like that. And then, but he didn't recognize me because it was a little bit dark. And then I said, "Oh my God, I'm so fearful because of this." And I immediately went back home, back to my room. But so what I wanted to tell you is, you see, like because of some mistakes, some mistaken actions that actually we do, some problems, some fear and so forth, some problems happen to us.
제가 드니에서 나저 니금 통 놀와 그봐 니금 통 놀지야 니가 다 고니지야 다 지마이나 고양 놀와 로이나 아니로 잠바 논트지니사야 다 되나진 그 가제시나야 나저 가제 논트지니 시 논조 시바이나 뇨다 강이우도 삐딱 되나진 아주 삼로 나로라 삼로도 놀송 삼로 당당도 놀송나야 강이 집에 직장 뇨다 집에 직장 용고.
You see, and so even, for example, if you look or see in a mistaken way, if you listen in a mistaken way, likewise, sometimes we also smell in a mistaken way. Many times we speak in a mistaken way. We speak something that actually shouldn't have spoken. So because of these mistaken actions, so many problems come. So imagine in our way of thinking, if the way of think is mistaken, how many problems will come? So that's the reason that we have to attend to the way of thinking.
제가 뒤에 소다가서 지 삼로 당당다 만으로와 지당 만트로와 지 용화라 가르고 그래 지디가라 소소 템바 템보다 아니 지 딩인즈 템보다 셰럽데베 세오지 디니 요바이나 논트 삼로 당당다 논트 용화요와 어 디니 지 용화라야 저 공그 탑는 데니 삼로 논트 주토고 요래.
So for this reason, to avoid these excessive daily problems, so we have to have our mind very stable, very in a complete focus, single-pointed focus, or the meditative stabilized state of mind. Not only that, but also we have to have this mind, stable mind, in a very precise and using the wisdom side of that mind. If we use these two sides of the mind, then all our actions is not going to be mistaken, that all of our actions is going to be precise, correct, and without the root of these problems.
단 너르디 샤바이나 가르레지 나서 곰세한테 잡고야 구반도 주 가르치레지 디간 제가 나서 참만 돈다 추켈랭이 임바이나 추켈 말랭게 임바이나 출라 모르고 체니 지임바이나 미상보세다 고르 미상보 미 상보자 때 용화를 제자 삼로도 상보지 용고서 삼로 상보 지 용화래야 고금 그 탐는 때 마이나 다미 상보지다 어디 미 여러분지 용고레스.
And because of this, we need to practice this meditation. And so what is the purpose of to practice this meditation is, doesn't matter which kind of belief, faith you, religious faith or philosophical faith you have. Actually, what we need is to be a good person. So in order to develop a good heart, a good thought, be a good person, in order to have this, so we practice, we train now, study and train meditation.
Yeah. 다 되니 오나 되니 임바이나 다 곰세아디 간디질레세 그레스 데데 곰시바는 곰시던데라 셈 양다양된 지버체바실레세 그레스 돈나가 준 지버체세디 가르레스 미지그 냠도 니마타바 수순 로데와나 나 미데다 뺀 지보요 세그레바 대 나신거 맞죠 삼로데 소소그치 가르라 임바이나야 야가 촐레 임바이나 누가 촐레 이나 삼로모 양스 대 니마타바 대 삼로 땅데바이나 소소그 셈데 데레야 곰디차 어디 다돈다 양양양양들 지버체바실레 곰세그레스.
So now we start like modes of meditation. First of all, meditation. What means meditation? It's just the fact of habituation, familiarization. So as long as you are habituated or familiarized or do exactly the same or go together with the same kind of person every day, of course, all of your actions and way of thinking is going to be similar to that person, right? So that's the reason that it's so important to always familiarize or to habituate to a good ways of thinking, good actions. Then you slowly familiarize every day towards the positive attitudes and way of thinking.
네, 빼나 착소당스 된도 차다 컨트롤하서 어디서 빼샤비요래 아니 루서 맞아 루서 제야데 되니 이게 뒤하다 이게 로발아서 어디서 곰디리 낭근죠 맞아 어디서 곰디 때 선바이나 곰디 탭 선바이나 갑질래야 낭기 제통도 하스 어디서 빼샤고래.
For example, here, attachment, anger, and all of these bad states of mind that why they just arise naturally, like without even asking them. Just like physical exercise, many of us, we are habituated to do physical exercises since childhood. That's why we immediately can walk or do exercise without too much effort, just like writing, reading. Why? Immediately, without any effort, we can read or we can write because we are habituated. So that's the importance, that's the meaning of familiarizing or habituating to give rise to in the meditation, to give rise naturally without effort to a positive states of mind.
Oh yeah, that one chaso the no chat the pay garashagore is the pena dandene kala natsu jelaya. 너 차세 제사가 유르치고 네버는 tre바나 소소그치 통화로 지긴디 제바나 람산 도차페 칼리게 먹고 가서 질랑하게 게임도 하세 대tindi치 제고야데 가르치레스니까 맞죠 빼 기왕가만 나선 도차라 하지고 곰지식 친구 요송자 다 돈다 지 단단데 로시바이나 도차라 몽보 가서 곰잡사던 도차라 고잡티가나 단데네 걸로 낭기 소소질레 게임 버레스 다가나 지금 콘도에네 직발에 콘도사사가 유르테지 람사 콘도페 멤버 초초나신 게 딘디페 콘도 바르고야 가르치레스 콘도라 곰몽보잡 페기와 나만납스 무슨 디그 나올레나 콘도 몽보 곰인 손자 단단가 저 냠뇽도 콘도다 도샤라 냠뇽도 태베고.
And here in attachment and anger, why we say that attachment is one of the examples that is something that give rise naturally in our heart here, because we are so habituated with for many lives, or at least in this life for so long time. As soon as we become a little bit close to that person or that situations that usually give rise to that attachment in our continuous, it's just a matter of being a little bit close to that person, naturally we become so tightly attached. Likewise, when we even think or encounter that person or the situation that, you know, like creates us a little bit of problem or agitates our mind, immediately, without even any effort, we become completely angry. Why? So that's the reason that we say that, oh, we already familiarized, we already meditate in attachment and anger for so long, even like so many lives.
다나신 그 뒤에 루서 리고 녀고 시부딘이도 어디서다 대 간제볼로 생겨도 또 담보니 딘디게 조보다 딘디 루서도 야고요 말와 이나 곰치디가 리본데야 딘디 녀보다 딘디 차요바데야 코텔라 곰치 템니 다나지 가서인데 이게 티용도 간에 단데 내가 소소 야고 곰손에 빼다다다 지통도 야고다 대야 콜레 곰치 대야도 다나지 가서 이게 로바이나 담보 갈릴레마토로토 갑질레 곰디 대선 까까까가 짜짜짜냐 조고 로토야 돼야 코 칼레 곰디 대변도
Likewise, when we for physical exercises. So in the beginning, let's take the example of football, soccer. In the beginning, when we are not habituated to play football, so yes, it's a little bit difficult and to kick the ball and our legs hurt and so forth. But as soon as we get habituated, so immediately we just play very quickly and very precise, very in an agile way of playing. Likewise, for example, in the alphabets, like in the language that we speak, let's take English example. So the ABC in the beginning, we have to train A, B, C, slowly, and then after repeating so many times, and then nowadays we don't have any problem of repeating very quick A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so forth.
Yeah. 다디 가서고 류다 나니라 딘디고 곰디 식쳔보 탭지 요바 나시 다 류마니 곰디 테바이나 갑질레고 세로진 데그레마도 양 야르긴 타메든 로야요 류다가 당가서 삼로나 카레스티 두가 쇼페나 도차라서 발라 곰나야 베 곰반 타메드 다 딜리코 야르긴 로요 말에 딘디지마도 세 존이 소마메 벤 타메드 야르긴 로 더나지고 잠발라서 semba sambo cholaya 곰디 템바이나 곰바 타메드 펜도야지 데코로 셈그랑실 셈라 도모마이 비욘데 티니치요레스
And but for the physical activities, the physical skills, we have a measure, right? We have a limit, not measure, we have a limit. Like we cannot, as long as we train our physic, this will not, like, it will develop until a certain limit, right? It will not never, like, it's going to be too elastic or something. But in the case of the mind has no limit. So if you really train our mind towards the positive direction, this can be infinitely, has no limit really, in order to completely be unused to benefit others.
데네 소상 알죠 맨나 니젠도 소소가 니마타바 윤트니 곰데와인 갑질라 나주질라 노샤티와 나시 니지야 티니 ngangi 제토야지 텐데 용해요.
So let's take the example, if you practice meditation on compassion in daily basis. So in the beginning, it's a little bit strange or not familiar, and then slowly we get more and more familiar. And then even if you get close to our attached object, even in that moment, immediately we give rise to the compassion state of mind.
Yeah, dordinaya yang deeper chebas di kan karre pena nijindo ngaso yang deeper ches di kan susu nimatawa chi muba semje tamjela muni data dunga da driver show dunga tertaba karza dunga da driver show driver ki tertaba di daki chao nyam susu semde ya niji ngo tieni kadi ina deni chini nimatawa deni gumtoba kapchile susu lodia yargi do shagra.
Even when we do the 4 immeasurables, right? Or when we are practicing the great compassion. So when the great compassion meditation, we have to visualize all sentient beings. And then in that moment that we visualize all the suffering of all sentient beings, we generate that mind. So may all sentient beings become free of suffering. Not only that, may I do with my own hands, try to get rid of the sufferings of all sentient beings. If you think this in daily basis again and again and again, really this the very nature and compassionable mind will naturally, slowly will naturally give rise.
Yeah. Taona gomdala yena kazu yore de mistio pro mubala sim tsechik de job in jogom chik. Ta karela wore sozo pena nga zo pe shabaina chi sozo medo do chi. Na zo medo do chi la samlo ta na medo rang ka le sozo sim de tempo never chi. Dili shamba chi samlo da ma ta wa chi medo rang de sozo ge tamba ya go chi zone ti ta sozo ge sim de ya go chi ne ta ba chi dini de waina. Ta dele ya jogom tingin gum segures.
Okay, so this is the principle of meditation. Usually we have two kinds of meditation. We can condense in two kinds of meditation. The first one is the single point meditation, or with the single point concentrations without analysis. What means this? Okay, let's take an example of visualizing a flower. We can meditate in flower. And so we decide, okay, let's meditate in flower. And so we just sit and visualize mentally, visualize the flower. As long as your mind is completely focused and completely stable in that flower without checking the flower, if it's big, it's small, or whatever, just completely focused and stable in that flower, this is the proper meditation. It ends up as being the proper meditation in single pointed concentration or concentration meditation.
Ta dini yang gomchi kare yore ze tigana sozo topi sherok ki ni gomba. Kiba chini. Pena taki medo kana sozo sem de tembo chini neba cham chini gom. Ta yang sozo sem de medo de sozo sem le ya Timbi zombie Tony, that he made out the Yagare Mundu, Canadian, that the Nichini could give some more Samlotani, young Titolea, Navi Chini, Pakeva Chini, Gumia Churua, Telea,
And also there is another meditation, which is the meditation using the discriminative wisdom. So this, when you decide the case in the flower, so let's take the flower in a very stable way. So visualize that flower in a very stable way without distracting. And after being completely focused in that flower, then you start checking that flower. Oh, how is this flower? Is big, small, is good, is not good, the colors and so forth. And so you just check many aspects of that flower. That very engaged thoughts end up as being a meditation, an analytical meditation.
Peshabaina, Michiga, Kung Keva Shibu Yore Lavaina. Ale Konkeba Yoresin, Konkeba Insari, some Nitagana Konkeba Insari, some Batesam Chini, some Lotana Chigdoa. Young Michigan Kona, Kupen Keba Yorela, Ale Konkeba Yoresin, Karan Keba, Keba Karakalan Kebare, Cocaine Ramanda Shing Yorebe, and they go Yigan Ramanda Shing Yorebe, and the Karakar Kegore, Karashing Yore, Tell young Ko Mubazoni, the Keba Chini. Ale ko teaching do ya pa keba chini kon keba yimta ta ke chini keba yimta chi do o dindi ge samlo ta ni do o ti tangbo de jokom ge chero chi ani ba pa keba chini kon keba yimi samlo ta ni samlo mu ta chi do o de le ya ye kom ge choro dindi.
For example, if someone tells me, okay, Andrew is a very intelligent and expert person, just this. Someone tells me this, and then I take this information. Andrew is an expert. And then I just rely on this sentence. Oh, Andrew is an expert. Oh, he's an expert. He's an expert. And I just rely my mind, very stable, in this information, mentally, in this information, very stable, just in this information. This is the very stable mind and the practice of single-pointed concentration. Meditation, okay? But not only that, a part of, oh, he's an expert or very intelligent person, I focus my mind in this information, but then I focusly, like single-pointed focusly in this very information, and then I keep checking, but why he's an expert? Oh, because he knows this language and that other language, he has these skills, he has another skills also, but always think, never forgetting that I'm checking why this person is an expert. So this very mind who focusedly concentrated in that same object of analysis and engage in the analysis without getting distracted. This very mind is the second kind of meditation, familiarization, which is the analytical meditation.
Yana pe nidi shana michi ko kumareda lamna ami niba diga ale ko kumare singdu kumayi sari samni tagara ko keba no maji kumayi bi gimsen ro chekan samlo matan ko kumare singdu kumayi sari samni ko kumare samaro samlo chik yungdo ya mi jana je ko kumare singdu mi ta tambo de ko kumare lawon de kala ale ko kumare singdu moni kumayi na mina kane jene kuma chaw karak kuma jabre tini jene ko samlo mambo tania ko kuma yibala yang samlo tania chido tini samlo nido o te na sing ge gum jogom zidikal te jang samlo mata ji ko tagarang kan le semba tembo sha de ta ge gum zidikal ya ko te yincha ma ji jini ko te yimbi jumsa kar jim jumsa mambo la samlo tami toni ko niba
Or another example, also, if someone tells us, oh, that person is a thief. Oh, that person, yes, that person is a thief. Keep thinking like that. Just this very thought of, oh, yes, this person is a thief, like that. So becomes a mode of thinking, like single-pointed thinking, becomes similar to single-pointed concentrated mind. But not only that, if, someone says, oh, that person is a thief. Yeah, that person is a thief. But why is a thief? What he really did or not did? What are the consequences? What are the statement? How can I prove this and that? But always trying to check why that person is a thief. It's really a thief, it's not a thief. So we are checking actually that same topic. So this second mode of thinking resembles the mode of thinking in the analytical meditation. So these are the two kinds of habituation, the single-pointed meditation and the analytical meditation.
Jogomia segundu, Tinzingi gomia segundu, something gomia segundu, Jani gomia sin, Mindramada, Tagor, Yimbayinaya, Ko, Keva de Zamajin, so same the Tikalea, to the nature to which in the Gomiatala, and in Jogum Segores.
And okay, so these are the two meditations that we have like condensed. But yes, there's so many different names for these two meditations. So the very first is single-pointed meditation. We also have use different names like concentration meditation, the stabilizing meditation. We have the shamatha meditation. We have calm-abiding meditation. All of these rephrase to exactly the same meditation, which is single-pointed concentration or calm-abiding meditation.
Taniva Kegum de la Mindos Carriores, Kochegum Zano, Sherubki Gum Zano, Nadine Lamdron Gum Zano, or that in the young Kola Mintasar.
Likewise, the second kind of meditation, the analytical meditation. So we know analytical meditation as being wisdom meditation and also vipassana meditation or special insight meditation. All of these refers exactly to the same analytical meditation.
Yeah. That Yimbayina, don't that so Pasho, Gomja, Donji, Yoba Kanshila, de Gomba Kanshila Yate, Yinda, Mayin, Yoda, Me, or Diniga Lamdron, Samlotami Tony, or Gomia Delea, Yegum Segures.
So in Brave, that very mind that is familiar to that train to be familiarized in that object, when it's completely single focus in that object without checking, completely focused and very stable in that object, that very practice of that very mind is the single-pointed meditation.
Yimbayina, Tanda Nikasu number Solia, Jia, the Carriers, Kegum than Jogo Nigan, Kegum Gorda, Mari, Jogum Gorda, Sushia, yes.
And among the two meditations, single-pointed and analytical meditations, today I'm going to talk specifically about the first one, the calm-abiding meditation.
Oh, yeah. Tauna so Gomjabala, Molea, then Gomjava Pento, and a Gomjabi Yundin Tona, 곰자와라 펜토 가리오레 계산 가리오레 대 야고지 소소 하고와이나 소소 곰자야다 곰자당라 콜라 로종체네 깔레드 메인 손자 담보몬레 곰고 페요 코테세 디디치슈이
And before starting engaging in this meditation, we have to be clear. We have to know about the benefits of these meditations, because if you don't know the benefit of the meditation, so we don't even study or check how to meditate and how to achieve and so forth. And if you don't engage in studies or understanding how to meditate these, and so we will never get into the proper way of meditation. That's the reason that we are now talking about this, and we go now for the benefits of the meditation.
Peshawaina Keronsundoina Dharamsala, Tamomayo Mola, Dharamsala, Kiboyobada, Dharamsala Chichu Mongo Yoban Tony Tony, and the Dharamsala Yomara, Roa, Dharamsala Yongo to Tombo Pento to Mantona, Dharamsala Yondo the Young Doba the Kigman, Dharamsala Young Doba the Magenta, Dharamsala Yungman. Pete Nashi, Gom Yonde the Mantona, Gomlayan Doba the Leguma. Doba the Maliba in the Tele Sumbi Sundi Teleu Marwa, Telo Jonchegman.
And likewise, all of you, before coming to Dharamsala, arriving here in Dharamsala, you at least have to know a little bit about Dharamsala. Not only that, but the benefits of Dharamsala. And so Dharamsala, this place, what are the qualities of what is nice in Dharamsala and so forth. So after knowing a little bit, then you get a little bit the taste and the wish of, maybe I should go to Dharamsala. But just then you arrive in Dharamsala. If you have no clue what is Dharamsala, what is even nice to see there in Dharamsala, also you don't give rise to this wish to come. And then if you don't give the wish to rise the wish to come, so you don't even strive a little bit of make any effort to come to Dharamsala, right? What do you think before you arrive in Dharamsala and after you arrive in Dharamsala is more or less the same?
Namanga tene payula yogi kal. Jagara sedi chidanga chene jagara phabi yul sedi gama. Tangala kandi samlo korso sedi jagara sedi mid zo pe tsama de nyingjigo. Ani karbo pe tene ani saja kawalan drona meto kyang pa tene. Tene pe saja de zo pe kiwo tsama chu de zo yago tene shinda da rida tsama pe Kibu Janja, Penny Gala, Samu course. That is the Jagarla doors sitting on a pen, Doba Chibu. Jagar not the pay you yourself. And I live to go Nibali Leon the Kana. Kansas showed media cancer. And they tended on. Chicken, Jagar Lemna, but she did not use something. In Takararisha, Jagar, Yayo, the Gonzo Jagar, capturing again. I Jagar lives on. What I Jagar lives on. Tagararisha, Nari, do the Denida Ale, Dajar, Nazo, some time to the Dele the Musa to the Chili dramas or something. You know, the Kangi
And just like before I came to India, when I was still in Tibet, I always listen about India. So India, we have a definition as being India, like the place of the Aryas, of the pure beings. This is how we translate India, one of the definitions of India, the country India, right? So it's the place of Arya, or pure beings. So it was everything that I've heard, right? And so, so probably how is going to be India? So what was the image, the mental image that I had about India was a beautiful place, plenty of flowers and all the forest and pure water coming here and there and beautiful and pure people. And I don't know, so pure, so many pure beings and pure place, so clean, quiet, and so forth. Okay, like this, I really want to go to India because it's it's not pure land, but it's a land of pure beings, right? So it should be like that. I thought like that. So yes, I go to India. I want to go to India. Okay, then slowly we came walking until Nepal. When we arrive in Nepal, then yeah, the environment was not exactly like this. Of course, this was not India yet. Like so many people, noise, rumors here, and people also not exactly as I thought so. And then maybe it's gonna be a little bit like Nepal. And then my teacher, time to time when we talk, and my teacher, so did you arrive to India? Well, not, but maybe you're close to India. And then when finally arrived in India, yes, we saw that. Yeah, actually, it was not exactly that clean and, quiet and so pure like that. But it was not same as I thought, but in my heart was not problem at all.
인바이나 동부 수속 레와 잡사데 다 야갈레니 곰바나데니 론종 제에서비 레와 잡사 치 레와 잡사 영 치카르레 지가나다 야갈레나 야오르 무치시고레 다당가 지금 지야라나 에페 야고용사레 선비 레와 니드 주데 레와 니드 잡고요 손자 야데니 고 나마게 소소라 셈라 차라 나시게 사자다 도 니조 메와이나요 아 나다 페 노르 야갈레 페 용야다 노샤 선비 양 드링 상로식 전부 되는
But it's still it was not my main motivation to come to India because of this, right? And so first of all, I had two main aims of coming to India. So first of all, it was to engage in the proper studies, in the scriptures, like in Buddhist philosophy and psychology. That was the very, very first and most important motivation, together with the second one, that was to be able to meet to His Holiness Dalai Lama. And so it was my two main aims of coming to India. That's the reason that, of course, because I had these two aims, right? And so, okay, I want to accomplish this, my two purposes. And so together, indirectly, so how is going to be India and so forth. And so all of these fantasies and so forth. And when I arrived in India, because all my fantasies, I understood, it was wrong, these ideas, but why I was not sort of desperate or frustrated, because it was not my main aim. So that's the reason that I didn't have any proper problem with this.
Oh yeah, that Indian songs are also to Gum Jawalaya, that Pento the Carriores, Yonde Carriore, Lamna Tandina, the Tonchus Kirby Payos, Tonchus Majerwi Payos, Tonchus Kirbasena, Marsu Mase, Nimarego, Mase Nalolaya, to Pento Carriores. Raison, Mase Ketanganalola, Pento Carriores, a ticker the chili. Dayan, Mase Diganalola, Musan Toma Meba in the young king to Gumbalata, the Gumjala Dinia, Pento de Yores, or the new yes.
Okay, so there are two benefits of meditating, of familiarizing. The first benefit is sort of short-term benefit, what means short-term benefit, like this, how we translate here, is the benefit that you can experience directly in this very lifetime. So anything that is coming from the benefit of this meditation, all the benefits, either in physical or mental basis, all the benefits that you can experience directly, so is the first benefit of short-term benefit.
다 tambo tala karaze gumjabi penyo ngaso kayo layo kariyore zidigala soso semleya deki shibuchi yungres semleya debo yongwi toki libodeya debo chakres.
The very first benefit, like this short term, is if we meditate in this, immediately we have this well-being mental state. Immediately, and with this very relaxed and well mental state achieved, then immediately we also have the physical well-being felt in our own body.
Peshawaina maruso pe cholola jilajini nimachide so yoni ane soso kaza shala yoni te lolo dewa ino pe kimushibudo ro. Then I should also send the Tandapart Pe Kasakawan Chamni, Pechon, Kasakawa Tilajin Judo. Dako Tanda Nicola Trembi Yavos on the Muvakana Tembo, Gin, Lolo, Genites, Shawaina, Koranjing, similar and also the Temura.
Just like when we spend a whole day very busy running here and then and doing so many external activities. When we arrive home and then we just sit in our at home, we don't feel so nice, isn't it? It's so finally I'm home and relaxing. In that very moment, we don't experience like such a very nice, pleasant sensation. Likewise, because our mind is always running here and there, always busy, always going so many places, thinking so many things. So because of this, we become restless, we become agitated, we become stressed and so forth. And so as long as we can tight a little bit, bring back a little bit our mind in a more tranquil way. So in that very moment, we also experience like the physical happiness. We can also experience a mental relaxation or mental well-being.
Yeah, dinalade. Sem tempo nena, suzuka sem de mubachiga kanle tempo jinia netaba inas. Ta tele teni suzuka karazide suzuka semlia namto dramada de shida nyori do grwa. Namto be nyori do suzuka sem de lolo jide de kana sem da nyam de yopi londe. Suzuka likam go londe be lolo da jambo yakbo. Nazo likam la pembi, choten la pembi londe suzuka lulaya periada. Dindi yung kurba. Long pe hulo da long da so lula pembi long da yung kana lu rangsing ge debo cha. Lu rangsing ge debo cha so na tele teni ko sem de ya solo da debo cha no.
So here it's written the second sentence. By the force of this stable mind, so give rise to what? To serviceable wind life energy. What is that? When we have our mind very, very agitated and focus and train our mind to be very focused. So immediately that thoughts, like the discursive thoughts, the blah, 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 blah mind, immediately relax, calm, quiet. In that very moment that the mind is quiet, so the mind relies in this body, in the chakras and in the veins and arteries and so forth, right? And so when our mind is more quiet, is more pacified, so all this wind energy or wind life energy flows in a more tranquil and more calm way. So when this life force wind just runs in our body in a more relaxed and stable way, also at the same time our body becomes immediately more relaxed. And so in order to achieve a physical well-being, also we rely on the mental and emotional well-being.
Chuyongsage Jumatina la Chutama de Yombaina, Tako the Jumatus and Gagamari, Chu to Tata Yunguri, Soso Pejo, Rongore, Pajo Mi, Pejo Dana, Don Rongore, Jumatus and Gagamudo. That dig Chu Yam the San or Sakuno that can you do the Leoman, Jumatus Lamsangando to Tini, Jumatus Rendo do Wayada, Casinim de left to Wayanaya, Don Rongumu, Chutzorbo, which would Leomudo. Pete Nanger, also Likum Namto, Dua the Mombo Yombaina, Taki, Kini, Yosaki Chu, Yam de Yoma the Chikbari. Dance on the Namto Ramada on the kind of Lord Sorbo that is Sama the J, dance on that, the name also Lucam Casacala and Nasa the Yumbo. That they might be same solo, same shifty, Tony and Nebaina, and Itaki Chosama, Payona Yomanaji, Alon Jambo, that is also Lucum La Pemba, the Son of the Gana, and the Lute, same like Gawaki, within the Yumbo.
Let's take, the water that comes in the tap in our kitchen. Okay, comes from a pipe. And let's take this pipe comes from a stream of river, okay, stream of water, okay, comes from this place, not from a water tank. Okay, so let's take that the pipe takes the water from this stream, outside our stream of water. If this stream of water, outside a stream of water, comes in a very quiet way, so all the water comes clean, right? Comes clean, and so all the pipe, the water that comes into the pipe comes clean, and also doesn't create any obstacle in the pipe. Okay, and then we have the clean water. But let's take that this stream of water, it's very quick, and also it's plenty of garbage, or even like it's too fast. and so revolves that water in the stream. And so many garbage and sand and so forth come into the pipe, and so can block the pipes. Sometimes becomes non-useful pipes, or even the water that comes into the taps is completely dirty and so forth. Likewise, if our mind is completely quiet, non-agitated, so first of all, our body, the veins, the blood in the running in our bodies is more relaxed, and also is more clean. So it's not empty, it's not with bad energy. And on the top of this, also our sensation is calm, is good, is happy. But if our mind is just like the dirty water, so if our mind is too agitated, running here and there, and creating so many sceneries and building many things and doing so many conspirations and so forth, likewise, that because of these kind of agitated thoughts, so our blood in the body runs in a very agitated way. Our mind's not tranquil, our body also is not tranquil. So many diseases come and so forth. And so depending on how our mind is stable or not.
Yeah. Penazundini jine samlo tangdi kanlaya zambuling parche mil chashabayna mil gyachu guchujikda zuwud karasi kana namto sena digidu semga nasa di wangi neba chandu.
Yeah, even in this world, if you really honestly think about most of the people in this world, not only most, maybe 80, most of or everyone in this world, like 89 or 90% of the problems of these people become from too many discursive and conspirational thoughts, because they think too much in a non-correct direction, so they have so many problems.
Penarzo no inango na drogonana o tanga nagndu ngamengan rogundu tagaran nasa de lugu nasa tsamato mazo semgen namdola soba dusolaya de nasare zeaga kyuni ngonzen de jetoyo.
Yeah, just like when we are like when we have problem in the stomach or whatever, so we immediately go to the hospital or rely on a doctor, and then we take medicine to get rid of this physical stomach ache, right? But nobody or most of people are not used to, well, I'm very angry or I'm too stressed, and so I need to get rid of this mental and emotional problem. Maybe most of people, they are not familiarized with this reality.
Moni chebaina maruzo tsami kar ngonze chegudu lugi nasada semga nasani di nani jang semga nasada dushu yimbade ngonze chetobaina ta te mebozo tablamdeya chi manga sortu gurba nazo dandine ko lugi nasada suche semga nasade nasa imba ngomaze di kanaya lugi nasada sertole amen zo mente. So the
most important is to know how to recognize the two kinds of sickness that we have, the physical sickness and the emotional and mental sickness. We all here consider most important to cure the physical disease. So immediately that we have, as soon as we have one physical disease, immediately we run to take some medicines and so forth, because we think it's very important. And the physical and the mental and emotional disease, we are not even aware of. But because the most important is our mental and emotional health, so we have to understand, we have to know how to recognize what is a mental and emotional disease or non-well-being of mental and emotional health, right? So in the top of recognizing these mental and emotional diseases, then we have to know what are the ways to getting rid of these diseases.
Ta semgur namdo do subut karan gonze chego ure sitikala donda do cha jeda timu narger chato densem la soba so seminalo la chisam yobati so semda neva chandu yore.
And what are the mental diseases that we are talking now here? What means mental or emotional diseases? It's attachment, anger, jealousy, arrogance, competitiveness, and so forth. These actually are the mental diseases that we have to recognize and get rid of.
Yeah. That in the end, so gum the Jawaina, so the similar, mention one gum gatoni yungures.
So what are the medicine and the treatment for these mental diseases? It's meditation.
Tema dojan, Nisim Nagdus in the Kabja Yomare, Nisim Nagdus in the Menganadoni, Memala Tembaina, and Co Jaranga Simla and Docha Chicken to Control Chicken to Tigan to Muduzini, Yomar. Tanaba Shatangaso Popa, Mojamita, the Sijamita so in Baina, or General Haga Nosha, Lugo Nosha, Chichiga Nosha, Dela Yamato, or General Karzan, Docha Nosha, Control Nosha, Maripaga Nosha, Narger Shikchimbuchini, Digo Nosha, Sukayomata.
And for these mental diseases, right? There is no vaccine to take. There is nothing to get externally in order to get rid of these mental diseases, right? Or just like here in the Tibetan community, we have some habits of going to a big lama and to ask for divinations. Oh, please guess which kind of, please do a divination, do a divination to know how to get rid of my problems. And usually they say, oh, your problem comes from this bad spirit from here, that problem from there. But there is no one who, after playing this divination, will say, your problems comes from your very deep ignorance or from your very big jealousy or anger and so forth. There is no result of more divination than tell us this, right?
제가 대해서 나가서 나차게 싸워지는 디고도 등월게 싸워지는 디고도 욕다게 싸워 참아데 소소고 심지가 남동안 바 디오왕기 수용구요레스 다 강연다 등월 참아게 싸워데 소소고 이게 남동안 바들 되니고요레스 다디 남동안 바데 가sol에 강연다 등월다 나차 수우데 임바데 다 수용원지 제거레스 산지 존데디다 안는 고mol로 돌아서고 저거 땅원이 제라라 노바 진영 혼이다 Chalola Zumudu, Zud Cherangadi, Semgela Zundus, De Shichori Taya, the Yori Tantuina, Cherala de Kimoni, the Ragares, De Tagaran Ranjasha, Chalola and Jira Tansadona, Cherala de Kimoni, the Ragmares, that Hachunius, Sonita that day, Sanjuan did us.
And so since the actual source of our problems, sufferings, and all of these bad states of mind, the actual source of this or the cause of this is the inner wrong modes or wrong ways of thinking, just like attachment and anger and so forth. So because of they actually are the proper cause of our sufferings. So just like Buddha Shakyamuni and Nagarjuna and so forth, they told us, well, if you really want to get rid of your problems, so you have to deep inside your own bad states of mind, get rid of them, and then you become completely free of suffering, and then you can reach the happiness that you are achieving, and not trying to change or to fix external things in order to get to be happy.
Yeah, 제가 대인 소자다 산지 존데딜 그냥 샘거나사 민주주의가 탑lâm 역시도 곰세하다 소용구요레스 대인 소자 곰세하디가 소소그 남도도 된대ኞ리 단투요레스.
And that's the reason that they said about the most important way of transforming the mind to get rid of the bad states of mind is through meditating. And so if you really engage in this meditating practice, and then you can reduce and get rid of all of the bad states or these discursive, impulsive thoughts.
Yeah. Then yang azon tongchu peyo zinadigo pendochi kariores soso lojong 제바이나야 소소 원에 gumjab 되니 제바이나 lojong perpita boya boyungres 다나 지금 딜리 샴바가 직 자와로 제되니 바이나 소소 남지 gumjab 되니 제바이나 페나 칼라치 소바이나야 소소 페 semla namto nyunyu sem tembo yobaina soso lakpala trigger maso mares mato namto damanda kalsa che teni sem yang yang chi kan kagaleya soso lakpala maso do trigger sema da nyam to tumni tini So
And another benefit also of becoming your mind very stable is any activity that you engage in a very focused way, right? And so you can have a very good result. For example, study. If you are very focused in your studies, so the result, the benefit from that study will come. Or even like cooking, in the process of cooking. If you're just, as long as you're cutting the vegetables, you're thinking here and there, you even can cut your own finger. But if you're very focused, now I'm cutting these and I'm cooking and so forth, and so the process of cooking comes very well, and you don't manage your own body.
But no longer kalo ji ba ina ya ko sin tembo ji ni tang de ni ji ba ina ko trichi dakyon de nywa yo ba ta de ma je ji ni pe sam yang yang ya do di ji pe sibla da ma da de ni do ani kasakawa dap ni do.
And also driving the car. If you are driving, as long as driving the car, you are thinking here and there, of course, like you can crash here and there and so forth, right?
Then you on the tramba machibala fingers. Also, you on the Kasan Lavia, the Tiri Tramba Jido, Ani Kolamsa, Tramba Machibala finger, Gumja, Tremba the Lega Mombo, Chiku on the Tremba, the Ha Lily Servo down, Tremba Nurbo in the Chagarwa. Pena Tilagdo, the so Kocho Machini, Copecho Matani Shashawaina, Teze, Pecho Member Chadu to Segdo. Then I should go Gumja the kind of Tremba, the share of the things in the Lega Mombo Kuyosonda. Kum Nurbo and Sarbo and Pe Zabochano Euro. They just on the Galako Tempo Magia that Sola Penguin.
And also another benefit of meditating and is to having a stable mind is also not forgetting things. Sometimes we study something or listen something yesterday. Even today, we already forgot. And even if you are studying and so forth, today you already forgot, right? Even they say that if you don't use too much the computer, if you leave the computer off for many, many days, they say that they get the computer gets spoiled, right? Like just gets spoiled. They say like this. Likewise, our mind also. If you don't practice, if you don't train our mind to be very focused, and so our mind becomes so agitated and then cannot accomplish any work, and it's not serviceable.
When the Laudo, the Trushi, Conde Sishu, Jango, Marbo, Mombo, and then the Conde, and then the Genicote, Garza Gengo, so in by the Timombo to Devina, Co Jemba Manimba, Finger is the door, Gengo to swim. Cotimombo, the Tinichivan, Dele Serbo, Mabo, Jungle, that's Yama Tushara. That is also Serbo, Mabo, Carbo, the Tawina, Colabata, the Temba Samalia, Pay, Trotti Yaway with his door. Chesa, cook, Temba, the Pecho Momotan, cook, can you do some of that? Temba, the
You know the magic cube? Yes. So the magic cube, they even say that magic cube for the elders is very beneficial because like here red, yellow, and green and so forth, because they have to change to change until to become again all the same color, and so they benefit not only the hands and the articulations, the joints of that old person, but also the mind, the memory, and so it's because out of the training. So if you give a magical cube to an elder because of the practice, so it's also beneficial for the memory of that person. I'm gonna do this.
Porque dessa legião que se pande tal o golo guchu conhire imba ina dindi kola pija kola pe dindi pe anenga kola kaso pe kandi shishana pe game pe chuni pe temba sewo shivo pe tanda ya pe ani tasir taya da so sama ngama de chibu chijam chi temba churi ro mundu samalo dindi ani ma tokchu da dindi jedi ka pe sewo shivo temba nirgo shivo tanda dindi.
I can tell you about my own teacher, Geshe from South in the South Monastery. He's now 92, so even with a very big age, he's so because of his very high practice, he's so focused and he never forget anything that you ask. Anything that you ask, he gives you exactly and so precise and direct answer. Why? Because he's very habituated.
Oh yeah, that is the angel. 대야죠 통추스 통추스 기르비 네 공급 해요스 단 통추스 마기르비 배연으로 가려요레스가 다 소소 공접되니 제바이나 아니 지금 양원시다 전전라서 받니 토바다 되니 자버다 다 될때니 공접할 때니 소소 동반이 그 돈이야 다음에 타라라서 받니 또 어디니 또니 소소데 또 랑질레 지니 소소 지금 유모라서 받 자와디 빵 어디니 지니 단타 타마들이야 아니 지금 상지 소소 경고서 요데 근데 네 강사들이 차야 어디니 배용
Okay, these are the short-term benefits, and less the long-term benefits also. What is long-term benefits? Is those benefits that you cannot experience in this very lifetime, but it will come out of this the efforts of this meditation. That is the achievement of the different kinds of clairvoyance and magic powers, right? So will have very magic powers and clairvoyance and so forth. And not only that, because a very stable mind together with a very precise and profound analytical mind, so we can also we'll be able to get rid of the very root of this suffering existence or samsara. And so in the very, very long term, we'll be able to achieve the completely state of completely free of any suffering, which is nirvana or liberation, or even the highest states like omniscience and so forth. Okay.
Question?
Okay, before breaking, do you have any question?
I have a question. I'm curious, in the monastic system, how is like the achievement of shamatha, how is it sort of spoken about practically? Like, do monastics sort of do retreats specifically to achieve calm mind, or is it just worked on as they do their practices, or is there like, I'm going to go do a 6-month shamatha retreat?
Nie tu potire kompala. Kades tapa de so countries konso ani shine tu bioresra. Konso ani zinda tu nyamba ni gomgiore ya mena ani pero la konso zinda samsha ani dawa tu semena lo chikare ina konso shine chipo gom countries tu biore.
Shane da Lamdron dini zirta chi yang as shane gumbiti so Lamdron gumbiti so dini zirka goyo mar karza pe na garso Lonzen chibi kau koroni. Jung lonzen chibi kau koroni. Pasho tsikdela soso sim tembo ma shabaina lonzen che thugo. Ta di sonsa pe joni shole nima re le ya ta ripa ya to so shole shi nga tu tini sim thugo re. Nga no yi baina shole ngoya no tini mo to sim thugo mar. Yina tele pe sim se chita teni chin ko tingin la jandar ti chego. 다 대소소 배 딩인진라 장터 식치고 진이 되는 제 차디가 디가 돈달라 양 삼로당 소소 삼로당 마도네 겐라사 치산도 양 겐라 극지원도 그때 간디나 디나 거래서 양배 소소 삼로당 대나진 그 때불로 되니 야노 추라나로 되니 진에 깨바지 되니 정도가 코배 딩인진 그 장들당 셰로 그 장들당 소소 로정 제 참마디 냠도 조그레마도 그 줄도 되니 고요만.
Well, in the monasteries, we don't need to separate these two practices. We don't need to separate like studies and just sit to meditate, because actually this can be done together. So in the monasteries, we have to memorize, right? We have to memorize the scriptures every day. If we are not completely focused in the book, in order to memorize, you'll not be able to memorize this. The most intelligent one, they can memorize even like 4 or 5 pages a day, every day. But people like me that are not, maybe like a 1 page a day, I could memorize. So in the process of memorization, if you are distracted here and there, you cannot memorize this. And so the very practice of memorization is the very practice of single-pointed habituating in single-pointed concentration. Okay, and not only that, as long as while you're memorizing, you are studying one text, in this very process, you can also, so what I'm memorizing now here, what is the meaning of this? What should be this? Is this or is not like this? And so this checking process of that the same text that you are completely focused on, together with the memorization. Also, you go to the teacher's room, and then you ask, should be like this. What I reflect, what I conclude is like that. It's like this. It's not like this. And also, you go to the debate ground. You check in debate forums, so forth. All of this makes part of the checking process, the analytical process of analytical meditation. So you don't need to complete, oh, this is one thing, and then you have to stop. No, you have to really use the proper studies, and we study in the monasteries. We use exactly the same form of studies and memorizing. We do this together with the practice of single-pointed familiarization, together with the analytical familiarization.
When also ngando imbayinada boge tasal devi kabla ta lojong hazing chimo jengke jang mari chetu ina da parche rimado nga tsibayina nga parche dido jinji ta ko lojong jedang da ina ngazo churana da kaw kaw le atini tasar tani chene dine samlo tani dine yang kana chedang chene chuzo chukchik bardan ibar choba chone dewa dini ba suzu dena madena ko ina kaw kaw nga zo dine tasar tani dine sani joki ngao te garza yang nga chon chowi kaw len khanga zini dongye khanga ma dong barda tasar tani khanga dong de pe sa so ta so dini jeni da gona niya rago martini yang solo no dini da tema kashi chonyo da jamba to teli jambe chichu cheza dini do ji so pa basho bicharan ka kala samlo tang tingol pa ke bache dini je kala ko tin zenda sherola da ting jandar mathem na jandar de mere da odini do chego.
In my case, in the monasteries, in the monastery when I was studying the monastery, first of all, I was, if you ask me what I was the best students of my class, in my class, no, maybe if we compare from 1 to 5, maybe I was level 3, let's say like that. I was not the best, but not also the worst one. So that was my case. And every day we have to go to the debate ground until at least 11 p.m. Okay, so at least 11 p.m. of course we had to be debating and so forth. But after 11 p.m. if you just want to relax, go to sleep, or do your own practices, studies and so forth, it's up to you. Or even keep on debating, it's up to you. Okay, and then in the following morning, early in the morning, so has the gong in early morning, the gong rings in order to call everyone for the puja, for the ritual prayers. And few times, because we spend the whole night debating, like checking the information so precisely and so concentrated. Few nights really happened to me that now it's ringing the gong. Oh my God, it's already time to run to the prayers. Like it's already morning. We didn't even notice. And so few times I just waste my time, or I just miss time of sleeping, because we are really like focused, debating and like checking the informations.
And solon do dan solon do sare deni ngoni gom ja yong so niki deni giku ka kala deni ba dinam chol theya do deni ko gigwa ra do deni ya ka kala reda sol deni niki de kala gi onde do deni.
And then, and so because we spent the whole night debating, and then because the gong rang, and so we run to the pujas or to the rituals, right? And in that moment that the ritual started, and then my meditation started. Yeah, the sleepy meditation. And but sometimes because I just fall to sleep during the rituals, and then the disciplinary came and I'll kick myself or my head, or just push pull my ears and so forth. Also online, if you have questions. Or maybe we just leave 5 to 10 minutes just to go to toilet, and then we carry on here. Maybe people at home also, they are doing their breaks. Okay, 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. Marangatan chika marangatan karmi nishu mare. Chesangatan chika parto. Conso monetis new.
So cos'è?
Conso tandela. Conso kashin tons.
Nale. Donna cici.
Tona kan conso saman tandani. Tompa sharik
지금
minda.
왜? 제가 맨날 와서 드셔.
Yeah. So if you don't have question now, yeah, we leave for at least toilet break and then we start again. Okay.
그래서
Mare, Tsering also some shagimera. The sanctuary. Listen.
벌써 출에 뒤속이.
Ale,
내가 제가
Ale, I thought until 6. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, the thing is, go. Yeah, that one, mare. That one is
잡지.
you got this.
No.
And bye, love you.
왜요? 그래서
Sorry. I said that, yeah, maybe we have some break now, but actually it's already finished the time. And so, yes, so we finish for today and we come back after 2 Sundays. Okay, after 2 Sundays, we come back. And if you have any question, you can send by WhatsApp. Okay, or you can send through the person that sent you this link, and also we will share the link of today's class in YouTube, in Peace of Mind YouTube. Okay, but no worries, you can send any kind of questions, not just about today, but about anything that also you wish that he speaks and so forth, you can send.
그래서
Thank you. And if you also have questions, yeah, Chichina consigliosa marito, se não consultava maritos. Dove tu marito, né? Não para achar que me doa. Ah, tu estere. Oi, Julieta. Hello, Julieta. Brasil, né? Yeah. Question?
그래서
So, bye. Question, Yana? Yes. Do you have question? Yes,
I have a question.
Yes, Julieta.
My-
Please tell us.
My question is,
그래서
there is it's early, but it's not just early. Every time I meditate, it's very hard to focus. I start focus and then I sleep. And people say the brain is tired and then therefore sleeps. So what's the focus that you have to make the brain calm and focus and not sleep? How do you do?
How to focus without sleeping, right?
Like this, look. When I meditate, I do every day in the morning, even at night. Sometimes I cannot sleep, then I meditate because I will fall down. But to focus is very hard. Sometimes I cannot. And sometimes they tell you, well, your brain is too.
Okay. Ani gong perupurang agong kya bikalara ngone niku shiro chegidus dicene che sra yamena su potanche chocho yamena karina ani gom magya ngola kare tapshi kare tangores tangong gap shimbe kaps ani tapshi kare ji
다데 저런 담보들라 가르쳐 거래서 곰 줄임부 촌이 자요. 아주 가르쳐 디가 곰도 배 줄임부 대샤데 갈때니 니키야노 다 뇨도 차노 차그라 곰 개베 갑래야 배 인슨 투투투투투 곰고르마도 배 줄임부 곰 샤바이나 되니 뇨도 차야다 류단 셈니가 다 첸로고 손도 담보들라 기체쇼데 인슨도 배나 가마 지니 숨 텔릴하 담보 곰에 요마레 tinti kale gom sonda su gom sombaina ani pa tiso rimbo rajing ke chayo gore te tambo de la tinti tiso tundu gom go ya kichimo.
Well, first of all, what you have to do is always, at least in the beginning, you have to meditate in a very short sessions. Okay, never, ever to meditate long time. Okay, what you have to do is to do very short meditations, like even less than 1 minute, the first one, but repeat for many times as possible within that period of meditation that you established before. Okay, and so let's take that you have established one certain period of meditation. Within this period of meditation, you do 1 minute meditation, leave, and then another, and then leave. And so many times, very short meditations.
저랑 강kur 당신이요.
Do you know how to cycle a bicycle?
What is a cycle? I don't know. O que é o cycle?
Você sabe como andar de bicicleta?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, 세gar 담보 장비 qabla. 세gar joni lamsa dine pa girimbo ndoto unda tarimbo ndoto unda koya dine joni tikala teze dena dine panza rindo udo.
Before you learn how to cycle a bicycle, ride a bicycle, when you didn't know at all how to ride a bicycle, you didn't take the bicycle and just went and run the bicycle very quickly, right? You didn't do that, right?
Pete nashi nazu gomja de tambo segar jangwa nashi jangores. Ko yintu segar da tambo joni michi gyalo ni kyodi teze ya company ya kamni teze detumna yako. Kapchila teze de kapchi de kom tini pa teze do to pa tini no tu kapchila pe kom sona tini nini do shoda tini tena sheres nazu semle gomja tikana tambo pe detu mare nyopto chagre yimbayina 인신 투두 곰바이나 갑질에 소소 셈라 곰시 탭송바인 아니 제나 곰배 추소 자와이나 깔레카고 말에.
Likewise, when we start learning the process of riding the bicycle, first of all, we just, you take the bicycle and you sit in the bicycle, and then you try to put the feet in the floor, and then try at least to hold the bicycle. Then you're not that balanced. Just sit in the bicycle. And then slowly you do sort of a one round of the bicycle, and then you fall down. But slowly you you learn how to balance that bicycle, your body on the top of the bicycle, right? And then slowly you increase the speed and the skill, the ability of riding that bicycle. And then when you are completely comfortable and in a safe way riding the bicycle, you even can ride the bicycle looking here and there without hands and so forth, without the arms and so forth, right? The process of meditation is exactly the same.
Yeah. That in a young kitchen chikare tambo soso gomaji mola soso gomjasa desa re. Taganajing young soso nyopto cha devaina teze nawa good teze yosa. Good teze pena nimata tinde teze nawa shichimusa. Taganajing soso deyukana teze hakwa teze yonsano tidila yang ko desa. Ani soso gomjabi kavle na doso pass dejini dipari tatsuel long jabsa yobando dinijin dejini yawo detawaina. Ani koyanda rashing zubo the sambo chawaina teledini sozo semle de sambo chagro.
And also when you're meditating, if you feel too, bored and so forth, what you can do is to leave the room a little bit light with lights, and then also open the door or open the windows, so some wind can come. And sometimes even like when you're sitting, leave a little bit of space between your arm and your body, and so a little bit of wind can circulate here. This also helps to avoid this tiredness.
Yeah. Tapena kerang nimarele no chuzo chi gomgyona. Ta jimani ani karma sum kerang kar gomgyona karma sum grinla yagoji rikwa sambo pe dinejin yagoji gom. Ani han karma nga chu dinela niso yago yap so lui dan semniga thamaji pa ni gona chalolin chamkona diniji yang lamsa tsoyoni yang dagi gomba na jini yang karma sum na ko. Yang karma sum gomsati kan yang tanda gom tusari sambadoina magumache yanjo sozo niso ja yana chi teblo gona teblo yana gom jata nyen gona ni demana sozo lolo de yang kama nga chutinila yang jer yon yang karma sum grila yang gom deni donda yinsun tuntu tranga mambo nimarele la tranga mambo yinsun tuntu gom twaina ani de gom shite pitapo very good chagres muito bom chagres ini mazona muito bom chagres.
Okay, and so let's take that you decide to meditate 1 hour every day. Let's take, I don't know. So let's take that you meditate 1 hour, you want to meditate 1 hour every day. So within this hour of meditation that you create in your schedule, that you schedule, what you have to do is the first, let's take 3 minutes. The first 3 minutes, you really engage in the meditation. And then you leave after 3 minutes, you leave the meditation for, let's say, 5-10 minutes. And within these 5-10 minutes, you just relax, don't think in anything, or just walk a little bit. Or if you have some book or some audios to hear about meditation, you engage in this practice after 10 minutes. And then after you sit again and again for another 3 minutes. And so after this, the 3rd minute, if you think, oh, I'm still focused, and so maybe I carry on with this meditation, no, don't do this. Leave again the 3 minutes meditation, and again another 5-10 minutes break, completely break of meditating. Do another thing, and then after these 10 minutes, come again, another 3 minutes, another 3 minutes meditation until the end of this hour. Okay. And then if you do like this, so if you do like this, and then your practice of meditation, like short but many times within that hour of practice meditation, is going to be very good, muito bom. Otherwise, no very good, no muito bom.
But my question is like this, is like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like this. Sometimes I feel I am sleeping, but sometimes at the same time, it's still speaking, and I wake up. Let's put it like this, like, you know, I can know you're here, but I don't know if I am sleeping, and I don't know if I am meditating. There's a sense. One way you are in a focus, you are in this focus, and in a way you're a bit in another place, or something dislocated where you are.
Ini antik dan la yang cik dura pernah perla ngagum kia shimbe kapsura nga yamena ni shorson yamena sacha shemba davos nga lepsons nga hakumason kandes ngozin chetugire nga ni shorson ane
다 저런 지금 니 마셔나야 니 쇼와 나신 그 디니 템바시라 세워 미비 까블라 단다가 저 곰자와라 파르시 치카르자 징와자지 어디 세마 뉴토로 팀데니로 어디리지 어디니 양 징와자데 레웨하기 년가 양 저런 빼 카르사자 잔달라 로소레지도 어디 고비원데 쇼도 고바 디니디 야고지 지미원데 아마쇼와 고비원데 아마쇼와데 가르치고레스 젬바다 시신세야데 가르레즈데 또나 소소 셈 가르치긴도 녀똑바 나시리 녀똑바 플리시 나시 플리시 가르즈 미소 가르치긴도 그마주 두데 그 람갈 미소 야보 두데 디니 타니 들어와 어때 나시 가서 시신세야데 가서 니 셈라 가르치긴도 그 데살라 야보 데두 양 데도 먹고살은 도데도 가르치도 고 따지체니들 다 템바세데 파조 무비칸래 무파데 마템바 마지바진 데세 오지 담보치는 전예들래 템바세 오 코니데가 소소 셈도 송기 제바이나 아니 소소 셈데 소소 다고 잡도 그래스.
Well, if you're feeling sleepy, or if you think sometimes you really fall to sleep during meditation, if you fall to sleep into meditation, or if you have this fault during the practice of meditation, actually you're under the force of one of the 2 main obstacles or faults of meditation that calls laxity. So the laxity is exactly the sensation of completely dullness or low energy and so forth that falls to sort of to the direction of sleep. Okay, so that's the very first fault of meditation, and then you have to apply the remedies or the antidotes in order to avoid this laxity, right? And what is the proper remedy of this is to be mindful. Use the mind, use the mental factor of mindfulness in order to know that is always if you are not falling to sleep or not. That's one thing. And the other one is if you sort of your mind reach another completely different place, or your mind just went completely out of that physical, that practice of meditation, is because you're under the force of the second main fault of meditation, that is the distraction. Yes, you are under the point of the mental factor, the bad mental factor of distraction. And so this fault of distraction is because your mind becomes distracted towards some external object. And then because the mind, sometimes even unconsciously, become distracted towards one object, one image or one object of distraction. And so your mind is not in the process of meditation anymore, because in order to avoid laxity or distraction, so you have to rely in the main two remedies or antidotes, that is the mindfulness and introspections. These two together, they act as being the police. So the police, what do the police? So the police is always checking what is doing properly or not. The action that is just engaging is correct or is not correct, is in the right place or is in not right place. And so you have to use the power of these two antidotes, that is mindfulness and introspection. Okay, and these will come soon in the next few classes.
Let's go.
Okay, so maybe today we leave here. If you have more questions, you send. If you want to open your video, so to say hi or so forth, oh, William. And then so we leave now. Okay.
Willing trashy delis.
You can open the mic.
Ah,
You too have questions?
Accidele.
De Boimbe, William.
Deboin. Nga deboin.
let's go. Chimoza Nimalan General Tisoyona.
So Nima Nijila.
Dijima de la Tagaratina Dixer. Mare.
Alere.
Martin.
Well, Mare Ngala Kipamindo. So kept it saying, so young okay, so we meet you in after 2 Sundays. He said, if you want next Sunday, also it's okay for me. He just said, and so it's depend on us. And so if as everyone together here, if you want next Sunday, Geshe will teach next Sunday, otherwise after 2 weeks. Okay.
So
Okay.
Sanjo them Magia Bana, Banyamba, only Gonda, Bever Show, Tonya Tower in Bochi, Magia Bana, Jebanyamba, Meva, Gonda, Bever Show, only Ravi, Kuri, under Deva Maman, Cherries, Jefferson, deep on the danger, Thomas Simja, Damja, dead on danger, Nandro Damja, Janja Zembagana Sujiba, Deda Kunji, Monon Druger, Jabe, which is the Chimona, Zambot. Deda Kunji, Jesuda, Logic, Gavandida, Tamjara, doesn't she be Java, Moagana, Daja, give it our day, the Zambo Chujara, Java Kundayana. Remy Chujabana, Nojuja, Sada, Namji, Yundara, Durjan Jangi, your toe, show. That's so. Today we also Molom Zayade. Molom Zayade. Today we also 6 Sunday. Iba in Molom Zayade. Be Niba Chimbo. Taya Momuji she denaga de Dison go to the mato. Maru Yamyo Tony by energy. Molom said, oh, the 6 Sunday Molom Zayade Yawayana. Ko Mone Pendechi Yoyadu Samadongala. Nyamyo Mumbushia, Yimainaya. That two the carriers and also Lega Zambo Jin Sonza, Lega Zambo Diligile Deni, Donda, Simjan Samalole, Deva Tada, the one Tamja that ever show some. But then Samlotana, Tanganitani. Very good.
Well, these prayers that we do in the end, right? In general, the prayers, but specifically these prayers of dedication, the merits. Well, I can about prayers, I can I can spend so long time explaining about this, but now it's not the case. But we can talking about the prayers. If you really can think about very deep the meaning of the prayers, and I've been thinking about so much the meaning of the prayers, and if you really have the deep desire of, oh, if the meaning of these prayers can really be achieved. Sometimes really we have some experience also, and I can speak in my personal own experience, but now is not the time of this. But in Brave, if you can have, now that we have this activity for 2 hours, more than 2 hours, such a virtuous activity that we engage now during these teachings, we create so many good merit and so forth. And so this very merit accumulated now within these 2 hours, if you can dedicate, when we dedicate, we think if this merit can be beneficial for not only me, for everyone, so many people, all sentient beings, this is going to be so amazing. So because of this, we dedicate these merits. Okay. Okay. So see you next month, next Sunday or Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Sunday.
Yes. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Game. Kan du sparka Hakmas? William, você fez print? William foi embora.
As pessoas não saíram já.
A maioria já saiu.
Smile. Is this a picture?
Yes.
Parece vídeo.
Stop it here.
Isso, para ti. So.
Tchau, Julieta. Fica bem. Um beijo.
É
Até
mais.
domingo que vem, até 2 domingos. Maria Lúcia. Normalmente é em 2 domingos, mas a gente manda os links, não se preocupa. Tchau.
Tchau.
Tchau.